Have you ever looked at your life and felt like you weren't enough? Like everyone else is moving faster, shining brighter, living better, while you're stuck with flaws, setbacks, and mistakes that won't stop haunting you? If you've ever felt that way, then this story is meant for you. It begins in a quiet mountain village, where patience was the heart of the people and wisdom flowed like the river that ran beside it. But among these villagers lived a young craftsman named Aaron, and Aaron saw the world differently. Aaron carved wooden bowls for a living. Every day he shaped them with care, smoothing the edges, polishing the grain. But no matter how beautiful they turned out, he could only see imperfections. Tiny bend, a faint scratch, a knot in the wood. To him, these minor flaws meant failure. While other craftsmen proudly displayed their creations, Aaron hid most of his work behind his workshop, certain no one would want what he made. And with each passing day, he compared himself to the other artisans in the village, believing he would never be as skilled, as confident, or as gifted as they were. One morning, feeling defeated, Aaron carried a box of his failed bowls toward the river, intending to throw them away forever. As Aaron reached the riverbank, he noticed someone sitting by the water, an elderly traveler in worn robes, calmly repairing a cracked clay pot. The old man looked up and smiled kindly. "You seem troubled," he said. "What are you carrying?" Aaron hesitated, then sighed. "Just some useless work, pieces I'm getting rid of." The traveler stood, dusted off his robe, and approached him. "May I see your useless work?" Uncomfortable but polite, Aaron handed him a bowl. The old man turned it slowly under the sunlight, tracing the grain with his fingers. "This," he said, "is beautiful." Aaron shook his head. "No, it's ruined. There's a crack near the rim." The traveler studied him for a long moment. "Tell me," he said, "have you ever seen a river change direction because of a crack in a stone?" Aaron frowned. "What do you mean?" The old man smiled. "Cracks do not ruin the river. They shape it." The traveler placed the bowl on the grass and picked up his clay pot with a large, visible crack. "Every week," he said, "I take this pot to fetch water." One villager asked why I bother fixing it instead of buying a new one. He paused, holding the pot as if it were something precious. "But what they don't know is that this crack waters the path I walk. The flowers that bloom along the roadside, they bloom because of this flaw." Aaron listened quietly, unsure. The traveler continued, "Your flaws are not your failures. They are your fingerprints, proof that you are shaping something real." He handed the bowl back to Aaron. "You think the others are better because their journey looks smoother. But you don't see their battles, their nights of doubt, the fears they bury." Then, leaning closer, he whispered, "Comparison is the thief that steals your own story." That afternoon, the two of them walked together through the village. The traveler picked up one of Aaron's bowls again. "Look," he said, running his thumb along the small crack. "This flaw doesn't weaken the bowl. It gives it character. It shows it was shaped by real hands, through real struggle." Suddenly, the old man spotted a group of children running by. He called them over. "Tell me," he said, "which bowl do you like?" The children pointed immediately to Aaron's handcrafted bowl, the one he thought was ruined. "It looks like a story," one girl said. "It looks alive," another added. Aaron felt something stir inside him, a feeling he hadn't felt in years. Maybe he wasn't failing. Maybe he was growing. The next morning, Aaron returned to his workshop, but something inside him had changed. He didn't hide his work. He didn't throw away his bowls. Instead, he placed them on display, cracks, scratches, and all. For the first time, people noticed his work. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real. Villagers began to admire how each piece carried a unique story in its grain, how each tiny flaw gave it soul. Orders increased. Aaron's confidence grew. And slowly, he stopped comparing himself to others. He understood something powerful. You cannot become someone else's version of greatness. You can only become your own. So if you're watching this and feeling like your life is cracked, messy, or behind, remember this. Your journey has its own timing. Your flaws have their own lessons. Your path has its own beauty. Stop apologizing for being imperfect. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop throwing away your gifts because they don't look like someone else's. You are not here to compete. You are here to grow. And every scar, every setback, every crack in your story, is shaping you into someone stronger than you realize. Because just like Aaron's bulls, you are not broken. You are becoming. Your flaws are your strength. Comment your story below.